That's the clapper. You remember that? The light that everybody like, clap on, clap off. And then you see that dude in bed and he's like, like he's doing a standing ovation because he just won an Emmy or something. He's just turning the fucking lights off. You know what I mean? Like, oh, Jesus Christ, dude, sit down. You're just turning the lights off to go to bed.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, if you want an acceptance speech at 3 a.m. in your bedroom.
Right.
Yeah. He's like, I want to thank all the little people. Like, nobody's here. Like, just shut the fucking light off and go to bed. Yeah, God.
Antisocial experience 305.
The clapper.
We're not calling it the clapper.
Then let's call it clap on, clap off.
I was going to say broad strokes for everyone, but clap on, clap off it is.
Yes, there. See, winner.
Send it.
Yeah.
Doing a little bit of news. We'll put this at the beginning of the episode because people don't always make it to the end of the episode, funny enough. So we'll throw this
We
in.
barely do.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
When you're the one doing it, you always have to make it to the end, but some days it's tough,
Mm-hmm.
And
I feel that heat, It's the only heat I feel right now, but I feel that heat.
Check out our Patreon.
Yeah.
Links in the description. We're doing some new stuff there. It is related to the show, as in the same people that hosts that are in this show do the content. But yeah, check it out. And some cool stuff there. Little by little, we're going to build it up. There's going to be video and non-related audio episodes, holiday specials, stuff like that.
Yeah, we're going to build it up, Buttercup.
Build it up, Buttercup, he says.
Just don't try to let me down. Say you will.
Anyhow, moving on. The broad strokes for everyone. What I'm talking about there. We'll get to it in a little bit. But no, Asmongold, Zach Rohr, whoever, I forget which channel of his, got banned. He's a famous Twitch streamer, famous for World of Warcraft, Starforge PCs, millionaire, kind of living in, I don't want to say squalor, but you know what I mean? Like, that person that never cleans.
Oh, yeah. Me.
Well, no, not like that. I'm talking like times a million.
Yeah, like just never, ever does anything.
Yeah. Anyhow.
You have to fight the blight against him, but he still lives there.
Yeah, dude, cockroaches.
Oh, God.
Raccoon came in through the ceiling.
Oh, my God.
All kind of shit.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
They'd have a parachute. Can you imagine if a parachute did? Holy shit, dude.
Anyhow, he was on live and kind of got onto the Palestinian. Is it Palestinians and Iranians?
Sure.
What I don't know what peoples, and we're not even going to run down that.
Is that
road.
like Israel versus Iraq? Is that what you're saying?
One of those.
Yeah,
things,
I think that's the verses.
You got the religious extremists that do this, we'll kill you. Do that, you can't do this. Whatever. Anyhow,
they have roles.
He ended up talking about them, calling them an inferior, dirty people, something like that. Culture ended up getting a temporary ban, and just that whole painting with broad strokes of taking, and I'm sure there's good people there. There's good people everywhere. There's bad people everywhere. But taking just a whole people that have a belief or in that country, in that region of the world, and painting with a broad stroke, putting them into one, that never works out too well in the end, man.
No.
It just doesn't.
Mm-mm. I hate when they paint me with broad strokes, you know what I mean? They're like, he's one of these, and he's like, no, he's not. It drives me insane.
No, it's so easy though to want to paint with broad strokes like that,
Yeah, I mean, it fills up the paper quicker.
Try and pull up this. I'm not even gonna pull the article up. I'll add it in afterwards.
You should pull up Microsoft Paint.
Microsoft, we can sit here and draw diagrams.
Yeah, we can show broad strokes.
Broad strokes,
yeah,
small strokes
with MS Paint, and then we can play Minesweeper.
Those just right strokes for everyone.
We should Twitch and just play Minesweeper. We'll show them all about gaming, because we'll just play Minesweeper on an Apple DOS Windows 3.5 and a half.
Oh, so when was this? No, so just kind of keeping with the same thing of the broad strokes. The Satanic Temple in Iowa wanted to have a multiple day event at the state capitol. So the people that approve permits and whatnot, so be it for having having events at the capitol, changed the rules so that they couldn't have it there.
Just not to interrupt you real quick. Like, it's Iowa. You don't think there'd be that much shit going on anyway, right? Like, you think that anything they could bring in, they'd be like, "Come on in," because it's in Iowa. There's nothing here.
Right,
I mean, nobody's
right.
doing anything. It's Iowa.
It's Iowa,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, you would think.
like potatoes, and that's it.
Is that the potato place?
I think so.
Is that Idaho?
Oh, that is Idaho. So yeah, Iowa doesn't even have potatoes. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have nothing.
New invention there
Yeah,
in 2025, coming soon.
yeah, Iowa potatoes.
No, the Satanic Temple wanted to have a multi-day event at the state capitol, right? The people that approve or are in charge of approving events and that happening changed the rules so that they couldn't have it there. So they ended up going and getting a permit or applied for a permit at the Iowa Tama County Courthouse, and the main person in charge or leader or whoever from the Satanic Temple
The Grand Wizard.
in Iowa. That's the clan.
Yeah,
We're not
yeah.
talking about them.
All right, well, let's call him the not so Grand Wizard.
Right. He went, and when he was applying for the permit, he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna have a 2-day reading of Paradise Lost, Dante's Inferno,
Yeah.
and it's similar in nature to the Bible reading marathon of '99. So I guess there was some type of Bible reading marathon that happened in 1999.
Yeah.
Well,
It was Woodstock.
whoever was in charge of hearing them out in filing the paperwork and approving it must not have really heard what they were planning to do, who they were, and ended up getting approved to let them have this 2-day reading of Paradise Lost at the courthouse.
Okay. But like, what? They weren't hurting anything by doing it.
No, right? They weren't. But they had already got the people in charge of the rules and approving stuff changed the rules to get them out of the Capitol.
Yeah.
So they couldn't have them. I think it was a week-long event that they were going to have there.
Yeah.
Well, they changed the rules to get them out of the Capitol. Now, by them doing that, by them changing the rules to get the Satanic Temple to not have their multiple-day event, they also blocked a job fair that was supposed to be set up to help homeless people get jobs.
Yeah.
So they kind of, screwed over other people by not wanting these people to come in and have a reading.
And not to mention, it's Iowa, and there's probably the only two events that are going on in the whole fucking year. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's it. Like, that's it. They got the Satanists, and we got the other thing going on, and that's it for the year and Christmas. That's all
Well,
we got.
they're also known for putting up like displays at Christmas, and those rules being changed. Kind of, they're not going to be able to do that now.
Wow.
So they end up going and they get the permit. It gets approved. They have their reading thing at the courthouse. It goes down, and there's people that are like not part of them, part of the courthouse. The people that approve the permits and whatnot. They're like, I forget. I think the main guy in charge at the courthouse for the permits, and I don't know the names of these positions of people. I just remember.
Jesus.
I just remember reading the article, and he's like, "Oh, we're God-fearing people here. I hope that there's no news, no TVs. I hope there's no nothing. I hope they're not here to recruit people." And it's like, calm down, man. Like,
But his bullshit does the same thing. If he's, you know what I mean? Like, his church, I bet, goes and recruits people. I bet it does. You know what I mean? I bet it does
Possibly.
the same. I guarantee you.
but he was so quick to just paint with broad, like,
Well, yeah, because it's something he doesn't like.
yeah, and they ended up changing the rules yet again a second time.
Who the hell is the person in charge of these roles?
Right. Well,
And why do they even have them? You can change them.
it's to hopefully not have the Satanic Temple have any more events, right?
I think Iowa deserves a satanic temple because they don't fucking have anything else, Like, I mean, come on.
Anyhow, now you need proof of insurance.
To get in the temple?
Yeah, and I think you have to put $100 deposit in to have have a multiple day event on the courthouse lawn.
It would be like almost. Let me think about it. Let's say, okay, in this one mysterious land, okay, we build this amphitheater, all right, and it's a beautiful amphitheater with this like nice like stream and
I've
stuff
heard of
behind it.
this land.
Okay, well, we've talked about it, but it's mystical and it's not real. Okay, but then we put it under the township and the borough, and we're like, oh my god, there's this beautiful amphitheater, and we got all these musicians around and stuff like that. And we could have nice things, but instead, what we'll do is we'll make it so nobody can advertise down there. We'll make it so nobody can sell a goddamn bottle of water. No bands can give anything out for free or do anything else or sell a piece of merch. And then we'll charge $300 for it, and nobody will rent it. It'll just sit there and rot away every year, and it benefits nobody. Like everybody wins if it benefits nobody.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that equation works out, but apparently that's what it's going for.
And in reference, if you've never heard it on past episodes, that is the local amphitheater we have at our park/dam.
In Mysteryland, USA.
Yeah, in
Iowa.
A hole in the wall, central
Iowa.
Pennsylvania.
Iowa. They just got an amphitheater now. So now they have the Satanist group, an amphitheater, and something else.
But what are the rules with that? Like the legit rules of the amphitheater?
I just said them. You can't.
You can't promote anything.
No, I couldn't
You
go down
can't
there.
sell
I can't sell water. I
refreshments,
can't sell,
food,
no,
nothing.
bands can't sell merch. Nobody can promote themselves down there. No,
No promotion, no merch, no nothing. And how much does it cost to rent it?
I want to say either $100 or $200.
And they rent this one time a year,
But it's
one
not
day.
rented. The borough puts that on, so it's not even rented.
Oh, so they're not yet. Obviously, they're not paying themselves money to
No,
rent.
no. So like nobody's making money off that all year. It just rots because that benefits again who?
Nobody.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is crazy. Dude, it's a nice amphitheater. It's by the water, by the dam, good scenery. Could you imagine going to an event there, live music playing?
I have. Can you imagine this? Can you imagine the borough leader having a hotel right across the parking lot from it and actually putting on a concert at the same time that the borough puts on this concert every year just to like be a dick? You know what I mean? But he's still in charge of everything. Can you imagine that? I can't either. But so let's pretend there's a hotel there. He rents out. He gets zero tolerance to play every year while somebody's playing at that amphitheater.
That's so dumb.
But he's the head of the borough. Like, tell me this place isn't full of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Here's one more thing involving the Coldstream area.
Mm-hmm.
So when the fireworks happen, around the same time of year,
Yeah.
I know a guy that sells novelties and stuff. And what he wanted to do, the cheap glow sticks, glow in the dark lights.
I saw
those
Trevor
things.
Askey down there with a trench coat one time selling them out of her.
Well, it's my previous boss.
Okay. Yeah.
He's selling stuff like that. And for the fireworks, 4th of July, he would go down. He wanted to go down there. The first year he did it, went down on foot, walking with a wagon, selling stuff. The borough threw him out. Like, you can't sell that here. You got to go on the other side of the bridge where you're not in the borough.
Yeah.
Like, they kicked him off of the dam side and basically put him out on the Unimart/322 highway
where you're
side.
getting no customers at all.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, so he did it a second year, and he knew he couldn't do it on this side of the bridge, had to go to that side, so he wasn't in the borough. And now, I think the third year now they're selling them.
Yeah.
The borough's selling lights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not okay for you to do it, but we can do it.
Yeah. It's
Just
like,
don't.
and where does all this money go? Like, because it's not going. We're putting dog parks in. We're putting this and that in, but we're not fixing any of our streets. We're not. You can barely drive down the fucking roads.
We're definitely not fixing buildings. We're tearing them down.
We're blighting the shit out of those. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Oh my God, we just go down to the front street and we're like, blight, bulldoze them. You know, like
Yeah.
there's people living in them. There's businesses in them. They're like bulldoze them.
Blight,
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, what do you know? I'm like, I have an idea we could put in that lot already. I'm like, what are the odds of that? Like just a bunch of fucking.
So you're saying you didn't have this idea previously to that being knocked
It's
down?
seriously a real.
No, it just came to.
Yeah, like that bridge can't hold a car, but it can hold the whole excavator while it tires itself down. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, that's that car weighs 1/3 of that excavator. That's strange, and it's just going over it while the excavator just sits there for days. Oh, wow, I don't understand how that works, but
Yeah.
it's weight distribution is what it is.
Upcoming more talk of this in one of the second or third Patreon video. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's the one where you have to salute in the middle of it.
Right. But no, it's just, I find it crazy that it's like you're not going to benefit from this.
And we're not either. That's what I don't get. Like they won't even let themselves benefit from it.
And but now they are, in the sense of selling stuff during the fireworks.
Yeah.
And it's just silly. Like,
Hey, look at my t-shirts. I took, t-shirts down to that festival every year, and like they still let me take them down this year. But this year, guess what they had?
T-shirts?
As soon as you walked in the gates, as soon as you like at almost every booth, there was those t-shirts there.
Really?
Hmm.
That's when people see I understand copying or doing the same thing when you see a good idea, and that's fine if you're gonna do the same thing, but I hate when people gotta get in the way and like, "No, you can't do that," and then they turn around and do it.
Or they do it and they don't even tell you they're doing it, and like you show up, because you're used to every year, like you're kind of the guy,
Yeah,
and then you show up and they're doing it, and it's
and
like,
there's 10 guys, and it's like, "Oh."
right, and they're like, "You're down here at this last booth, the one that, doesn't shut or doesn't have any running water or like anything like that." And they're like, "It's the one here in the corner that you can't see anything or nobody can see you." They're like, "That's you." And I'm
They
like,
give you the old fixer-upper
"Yeah,
special.
yeah, the loner." You know what I
The
mean?
loner.
Yeah, I'm like, "Shit, man." I'm like, "All right, I guess I'll set up here."
Yeah, yeah, it's kinda disheartening to see people act like that, especially when, when they don't even know.
No, they don't know anything. It's just like I said about like the Danzig show I went to, and there's people outside like with signs and stuff yelling at me because I'm going to a concert. Like the best thing you have to do is to hang out on a fucking Tuesday night in February. Hold a sign yelling at me in the freezing cold for me going to a concert. What the fuck? Like what?
To a rock show.
That's what I mean. Like how does that affect you at all? Like you don't even know me.
Nah.
I can't imagine being that upset over something I don't even know nothing about.
Yeah, man, people are quick to, hit that panic button and the panic and outrage button
Did you ever see where that?
over nothing.
Remember Dogma, Kevin Smith movie?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you ever see where they were like protesting it, and Kevin Smith went to the protest and acted like one of the protesters?
Of course he
Yeah,
did.
yeah, it's awesome. He's like, I don't know, but they just shouldn't show this movie.
Didn't he get on, like, news or something?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. They interviewed him, and he's like, I don't know, I'm just here to
It was
support.
his movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's great, dude.
And they didn't catch on like 2 days later that it was actually him.
And that's in that position, would you not do that
No,
also?
dude, absolutely. And he wasn't a dick about it or nothing. You know what I mean? He made himself like he was just fitting right in. And
Yeah, in that position, I would totally attempt to do the same thing.
yeah, why not? At least he's having fun with it. Somebody needs to.
You got look, man. Life is not that serious.
No, you can't let it be. No,
No,
you need to lighten the fuck up.
if you can't have fun with something, I don't buy that angle of no fun ever, never, no way, no. No, I'm sorry. That's not how.
No, because to me,
That's
like success is fun.
that's not how people work, man.
Yeah, success is how much fun you have. Like if I'm real successful, it just means I'm having a real good time. You know what I
Fuck
mean?
yeah.
So I'm a successful motherfucker sometimes. Like
Yeah. And
I live for those stupid jokes like I was telling you about earlier. You know what I
that's
mean?
the other thing. Who are you to judge that somebody isn't successful in that instance when you're, having a
Good time.
blast?
Yeah, if they're having a good time, yeah. Like, and what is success really? You know what I mean? Like, it's making you happy. I guess that would be. If I could just be happy, I would think of myself as a
Dude.
success.
Here's another thing. I want to talk about this for a minute because this is going to be another one of those things where people are going to probably want to paint with real broad strokes and just like, oh, all bad. Just think, right? Going off into the future here, we got at some point, everyday life is probably going to resemble like the movie AI, where the robots.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Like that kid was sick kid, so they get a robot to take the place of their kid. Then the kid miraculously they find a cure, get him better, bring him
Isn't that
home.
Shia LaBeouf?
No, it was that.
No, that was Eagle Eye. Yeah, I know what you're talking
It was
about.
that Haley.
Joel Osment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that kid. Anyhow,
Forrest Gump's child, little Gumpy.
all the robots in that, and just imagine when the world is that way, or any number of other movies. It's existed now. Surely you have to know an old timer, somebody that's like, oh, you should buy American made. Only buy stuff made in the U.S. No,
Oh yeah, it doesn't exist anymore.
right, but I mean, it does, but it doesn't.
Right, not like they think it does.
Right, but imagine, imagine those people, but people like that years down the road, like you're gonna be hearing shit like, oh, you're shame on you. You're not buying stuff that's only human made. You know what I mean? Like, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. You
Like,
know?
oh, you're going to get a new car? Was that produced in a factory where humans work, or is that
They're
like
like, this looks like it's 3D printed. You know?
yeah,
Whoa.
peop yeah, or made by
Yeah,
manufactured by a robot or whatever,
yeah.
AI involved, whatever you want to call it. There's gonna be people like the get like the ick or the look like,
Yeah, they don't even have a bank card still. Like,
he,
you're a
he,
dumbass, you know?
he's not buying human made products. Look at him. Like, can you imagine that shit?
No, that'd be cool though.
But those days are coming where
Oh, for
people are gonna
sure.
paint with that real that
They're gonna paint spray with it. They're not gonna use brushes. It's gonna be a paint sprayer. Like,
a
fuck.
robotic one
Yeah, yeah, with arms.
that's self-aware.
Yeah, that knows. And it's woke, you
I'm
know?
telling you, think about it.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Because it's like, oh, buy American made, get a job that's union. I used to hear that a lot growing up,
Oh, same here.
and I understand it. Obviously, I want jobs to remain in this country. That's not the case. They haven't. You know, there's people that found cheaper ways to do stuff to make more money for them. They're obviously going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it would be nice. But unfortunately, that's not the world we live in.
No,
And maybe it'll change back. I doubt it.
no.
But yeah, just take it a couple hundred years down the road where robotics and AI has massively improved.
Right before it takes over.
Who you gonna be? You gonna be that guy that's buying human made?
I'm gonna do whatever needs to get by.
Well, we're
just like
gonna
I
be
do
dead
now.
and gone. But
Yeah, probably. But if I am still around, I'll probably be lonely, depressed, and like really sad. But I will do whatever needs to be done. I don't give a fuck who made it. If I need it, I'm buying it. You know.
yeah,
I guess.
that's kind of how I shop. Is I buy the product that fits the bill.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't always buy the cheapest product. I try to like shoot for the middle ground, depending on what it is. I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of that depending because at least in my field, I tend to buy from who I have experience with, and I know for this many years I've gotten this quality of product from these people and haven't had issues. The one or two times I did have an issue, they sent me a replacement.
Yeah, they took care of it.
Yeah, without me even having to send mine out.
Mm-hmm.
They overnighted or 2-dayed the shit to me.
Yeah.
And boom, so I tend to go that route when buying parts and whatnot.
Yeah.
And you got to, experience plays a role, life plays a role.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
But yeah, man, what else we got for this one? Anything?
I don't know. I think we did it all.
We did do it all.
Yeah.
This wasn't done by AI. This was human made.
Yeah, this is homemade. We did it from scratch.
Truly from scratch,
Yeah.
man.
Yep.
We mix up these recipes. Try to do it weekly. It doesn't always work.
Yeah. You put the lime in the coconut and you mix it all together.
Mix it all up.
Yeah.
Or however the hell that goes.
Whatever.
Before my time, but I understand it.
Yeah. Yeah. You just add those ingredients, I guess.
The what?
The lime and the coconut.
You lost me for a minute. I thought you were going further with it.
No, that's it. Yes, you just put those. You put them together.
And it blows my mind that people can get. We've talked about this too, and I think we're going to end it here. The people that know that something's going on or are there to see,
Yeah.
kids going to the rock show or are there to see the Satanist having their book reading or their reading of Paradise Lost. It's one thing for the people there to maybe have an opinion or a hot take on it, or the people are mad about the kids going to the rock show. But what I can never buy or back up or defend in any way is the people that are mad that aren't there.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, I heard he said this while he was there. Like, you don't even know what context it is. You know nothing. And how can you be upset about it? It wasn't even pertaining. You weren't even there. Like,
yeah.
It's stupid to me too. Like, it's just, it's wild.
I'm not alone in that thinking.
No, they literally find shit to be upset about.
Yeah,
like,
man, I can't put any effort into that type of thinking.
No, and I don't have to find anything. It comes to me. You know what I mean? Like, hey, yeah, it comes right to me. Like, I don't even have to look.
Yeah, no, it'll always.
Yeah, I don't know how these people have it so good that like we need to find something to be mad about. I'm like, fuck, I just have to open my eyes and I can find 37 things. I didn't even get out of bed yet. Like, fuck, dude.
it always seems, I don't know, it seems to find its way to you, but I guess shit always rolls downhill, right?
Yeah, and the sun shines on a dog's ass every now and again. You know? Uh,
I like it, man. I like it.
yeah,
Ah,
that's how it goes.
it does. Check out the Patreon. We've said that new audio episodes publish on Sundays, kind of flipping it, mixing it up. We're trying Sundays, Mondays. We've had different results.
Mhm.
It's all an experiment. All of this is. And
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
it's just like when they put the lime in the coconut and they mix it all together.